You're watching the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at cbgtv.com.
I'm already into the 420, damn it!
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is how much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiba grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, sorry, I was dancing.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey.
This is the 420 Radio Show. We are live here at 420radio.ca. What are you laughing at, Mr. Dale? So I was sitting in my bathroom, okay, reading this here. Now we've pulled it up also on the digital end of things, so you guys can see it when we're talking about it. But we're going to talk about fast flowering Canadian strains. It's a guide to the outdoor seed selections from issue 21 of Treating Yourself magazine. We miss you, Marco. We wish you were back here doing Treating Yourself. Just saying. Marcel, you've got the issue there. We're going to go through this in a bit, and we've got a bunch of news. And Darcy will be along shortly, won't he?
You've got me on something else right now. So
what are you on now? Gummies?
Finding a recipe.
Oh, yes. I asked Marcel on a break. Now, okay, we'll just jump right into it. I am a bad diabetic, and I enjoy chocolate and marshmallow, like specifically chocolate-covered Santas. And so I asked Marcel if he knew how to medicate marshmallows. Now, I know we could do the chocolate. That's the easy part, right?
Yeah.
So, did you find a recipe? I just
yeah.
dumped my ashtray all over the place. I'm sure Dale's going to do our grow segment this weekend because Darcy's late and lumpy.
He's
late because he had to take a poo. Just saying. You want to be late, this is what you get. Marijane has an excuse. She's standing at a booth at one of the shows that's on right now. I can't remember which one. So I'm sorry.
Lennie has an excuse because
his wife
he was
told him
invited
he can't play with us tonight. That's his excuse.
No. He was invited out for dinner, which means free food, which means why not take it when you get the chance, because everything's getting too fucking expensive to eat.
And his wife would be very upset if he didn't go.
Well, that too.
Yes.
All right, 240 degrees.
He's never introduced us to his wife, you know. Just saying.
Yes, he has.
No, I have never.
I've never watched time.
I have never. Yeah, there. I've never met her on the show.
It's because you don't hang out in the same circles as we do.
Wait, you go to another show and meet?
No. Yeah, he's never had her on.
No,
she's never been on either.
She's never walked in. Oh, yes, Chrissy's walked in before, and she's been on at away games.
Yeah, away games. Harvest Fest, you mean?
Yeah, away games.
Hey, Harvest Fest is coming up.
That's great for you guys. We'll do a remote again.
No, I think you should come.
Yes, I know you think I should
come.
Nope.
I almost ended up being crippled the last time.
You know what? No.
Me? I was hobbling around for weeks after that last going live.
Oh, fuck. I was hobbling
Debbie
around.
just about took you out on the cart.
I had to move into my apartment. Then I drove there a whole, 4 days there, whatever it was. Then I had to drive back home and start unpacking. I was sore for a fucking month. Just saying.
I had to go deep sea fishing.
Yes, I wanted to go deep sea fishing, but I had my homing signal was going off.
Yeah.
My dog was home, and she's behind.
We actually ended up having a few good boat trips. That was an awesome captain.
Hey! And you went with Amber and Mike. I remember. How's your dog doing, Dale? Sorry, I looked over and saw my dog.
Hi, doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had him out for a run today. Yeah, he's coming right along.
Awesome.
He's 6 months old now.
Oh wow, yeah, he's a big boy. Now, are you allowing him to meet other dogs, like to socialize? Did you socialize your dog, Marcel? Not really.
Socialize
I guess.
it to what?
Other dogs.
No, my dog's a guard dog.
Yeah.
My dog is not a social being. My dog just sits at my home waiting for somebody to be stupid enough to come in. Seriously.
I walk in with other people and specifically say, you go in first and bang around and say hello, hello, hello. And where do I find her? In the fucking bedroom, laying there sleeping under the covers. Yep. But if I
send somebody into my house, that dog comes to meet them.
Well, if I'm sitting on the couch watching TV and somebody comes in, she's there. But if I'm out, like if somebody came in when I wasn't home. Now outside,
my dog will not leave my property.
Outside,
but my dog will not let anybody else in my property.
Outside is a different story. You come on the property and she's outside, you're in trouble if she doesn't know you. That's the different story, though, because that's her.
Oh, you come on my property even while the dog's inside. I'm letting the dog out because she won't shut up until she gets out to eat whatever's there.
That's what I mean. Like she hears people walking in front of my house. She hears people playing in the park in the backyard, and it's weird. She'll be like, and I'm like, look outside, and there's like nothing. But yeah, so the time to come in and break in is when I'm not home, because she won't do anything. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
All right.
You don't have anything worth stealing anyways. Why are you all writing? What are you looking for? Did you find a recipe?
Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I did. But making homemade marshmallow isn't for
everyone. Yeah, it's a lot of whipping, eh?
It's not just that. I mean, it's if you don't have experience following a recipe, then it's not going to turn out. Right? So you've got to run at a temperature of between 242 and 245. So there's a 3-degree.
And you can't
variant.
buy canned marshmallow. Like you can't buy marshmallows or a can of marshmallows and then heat it up and whip your oil in or whatever. Right?
No,
you can't really do that, I guess.
No,
but you could get already made marshmallow. Form it into whatever you want to form it, because you do have to warm it up a little bit to put it in the mold, and then put chocolate on it. Chocolate's not hard to medicate because it just jumps right in.
Chocolate's easy because it's oil based.
Yes, that's what I mean. It
right,
has a bath.
So what you're trying to do when you want to infuse a recipe, you've got to look at what the ingredients are in the recipe of what can be best infused. So if it's an oil, olive oil, vegetable oil, butter. Butter's an ideal one because it's a natural fat. These can be easily medicated. When you're medicating sugar, it's a little different to get it to bind, because you need the right temperatures. Where's my clip? Oh, somebody stole my roach clip. But yes, it could be done. I might actually try this and make a batch and see what I can do with it. Ooh. Now, to make chocolate-covered Santa Clauses is a little bit different.
Why?
Because it's done in a chocolate mold. So the Santa Claus is made into the chocolate. The face, the body part, or whatever is in the mold for the nicer ones. And then the marshmallow is put in, and then it's covered with chocolate again later. Oh. Other ones, they just stamp out the rough shape of what Santa Claus would be or a Christmas tree, and then run it under a chocolate fountain. So those are all done, in nice big factories with automated machinery. Doing it at home, you'll end up with a sheet pan full of marshmallow that you can cut into squares. Let each square dry individually, coated in icing sugar and cornstarch. Once they're dry and they're firm enough, then you can dip them in chocolate. Mm. And then you'll have your own medicated chocolate-covered marshmallows.
Or you could just go and buy some marshmallows and dip them in chocolate.
Or you could just go buy some marshmallows and dip them in chocolate and medicate the chocolate.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like the easiest way to do it. Or melt.
Give you a hint. Cool your marshmallows first. Throw them in the fridge.
Makes sense.
Don't freeze them, but throw them in the fridge. If not, what's going to happen is you're putting them in a soft marshmallow into hot chocolate. And that's going to start the melting process of the marshmallow. So if the marshmallows are cold, when they go in, the chocolate's going to solidify around them first and not cause them to melt. Tricks.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just saying hi to all. There you go. I'm just sharing everything, so you'll see stuff come up in a second. I'm going to tag you in a sec, but
do you have an aversion to eggs?
I've noticed lately that eggs kind of they bum me out, man.
These require egg whites.
Well, that should be all right though, because I'm cooked stuff is good. It's like things like Dean likes to make Yorkshire pudding. When we have roast, and I can't eat it because it's got a lot of milk and it's got an egg in it or a bunch of eggs in it or whatever. So I just noticed, it's almost instantly with the eggs, right? But anyways,
yeah.
Anywho,
it can be done. It's just, is it worth it?
Well, I don't know.
When you could go and buy a marshmallow and coat it in chocolate. See, for me, it's worth it for me to try the recipe and see if I can do it, because I love cooking and coming up with things. So I would do this just as a fun test to see if I can make marshmallows. I've never made them before.
And send me some, please.
Takes roughly a day to make them.
And you can ship them in 2.
They've got to, the marshmallow's got to cure for 6 hours before you can do anything with it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So this isn't one that you would make where you're stoned with your buddies and you got the munchies type thing, because it's not a quick snack. But when you got the munchies, as bad as this sounds, it's fucking awesome. Best munchie cure ever is Cheesies and Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Really?
Whip.
I don't know, man.
I'm not a fan of Cool Whip and cheese. No.
No, when we were kids, me and my buddy had the really bad munchies one afternoon, and we're at his house, and we're looking, and he's in the fridge, and I'm in the cupboard, and I found a bag of cheesy, and he found a tub of Cool Whip. We tried it. It was fucking awesome. Or we were really, really high. Who knows?
So we're
chocolate covered marshmallows. That sounds like a fun task, Al. Thank you very much.
We're all shared now. So if you're listening and you want to say hi, you can catch us on LinkedIn. You can catch us on our 420 radio page on Facebook, which I've shared to our group and other pages. And you can catch us on all our Boxcast stuff. Yeah. So if you have Roku, check out Boxcast. Look up the 420. Look up CBG TV, and you'll find all of our shows there. Pace Radios and Irene's and Kelly's Green Lounge, and yeah. Man, why are you clicking? What are you looking for now? Huh? What are you clicking? You're clicking.
I got so many people messaging me here.
Well, they have questions?
Nothing to pertain to the show.
Well, fuck them then.
No, we're talking about Harvest Fest.
Have you booked your bands yet?
Because I'm still involved with Harvest Fest. No. No, we're just starting with the logistics of
all right, so
setting up for vendors and stuff like that.
One of our Facebook accounts was bumped off. Huh.
What?
Something happened with Facebook on Boxcast.
You broke it.
I broke it. Yes, I broke it.
All right, I had a magazine open. That was before I got booted. I don't need that anymore. I found a recipe I can try. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, we wanted to talk about strains. Now, there's not many strains listed.
You wanted to talk about autoflower strains, wasn't it?
As well, yes, but that's what I was just going to say. Although there are some good strains in here and some good descriptions and stuff like that, these strains aren't necessarily the ones I'm looking for. And what the plan is, because we're already in end of January, I'm going to put some autoflowers under the lights that I just bought as soon as we get the green room wrapped. And so I want to choose something that's going to be a quickie that I can then I can start some stuff that I'll put out in April later, or take some clippings or what. Can you do clippings off of autos?
No.
Why?
Yeah, yes, you can, but why would you bother?
Okay, why?
Because it's an autoflower, so it's going to start flowering at a predetermined time, regardless of when you cut your clones off. So if your plant's going to grow for 4 weeks and then start flowering, and you cut your clones off at 2 weeks, you've got clones that are just starting to root that are now going to start to try and flower.
Oh, okay. So it's almost instant.
It's not instant. It's your clones are going to flower at the same time the mother does, and you can't stop the mother from flowering.
I get you. So you don't want to do autos and then and keep a mom around, is what you're saying?
You can't, because your mom flowers.
And that's what you don't want.
See, this is right. This is the whole thing with autoflowers. Autoflowers means that they've been crossed with ruderalis, and ruderalis flowers regardless of the light. They're not photosensitive at all. So you can adjust your flowering time with the amount of ruderalis that's in your strain. So you might get, but you can have autoflowers that are done in 70 days.
Yes.
Right. Well, that's how long is 70 days, Al?
3 months.
2.5 months.
Yeah.
Or less than 2.5 months.
Yes.
So that gives you a month for veg and a month and a bit for flower.
Yeah. So I know that I've got a strain called Quarter Pound, and it's an auto fem whatever you call it. It was a sample that was sent to me, and I don't know if they're even good anymore. You know what I mean? So we'll find out. I got a tray. There'll be seeds in the tray by the end of the weekend, I hope. Do I know what they are? Do I know what they are? Not necessarily.
Do you got a place in your town there that you can get them, or are you going to order online? Or
I have to order online. I don't have anywhere to get them here. No. You can't buy them at the OCS stores, right? I don't think, anyways. Can you get them at legal stores, Marcel? Can you buy seeds?
What?
Seeds.
What?
Can you buy seeds at the legal store? Can you?
Oh, yeah. That's my neighbor buys them from the liquor store every year.
Can I get them at Can I get them at an OCS store?
Yeah, if they sell Apex or whatever, or whoever seeds are being sold there.
Okay, so but not all stores are going to carry seeds, obviously, right?
Well, let me look it up. Let's see what Ontario's got for seeds.
Well, no, I'm going to look at the store here in town and see what he's got here.
Oh, fuck off. You guys with your age gates. What year? I was born in 1943, wasn't I? Verify. Flowers, extract. I don't know. Ooh, maybe they don't have seeds.
All right, here I'm on the store here. My cannabis. Let's see if they have.
Yeah, they've got seeds.
Seeds. SEEDS.
No, they've got seeds, but
they don't have seeds here.
Almost all of them are sold out. Well, here's AK-47 auto flowers, garlic cookies.
AK-47, how much?
AK-47 seeds auto flower 5-pack for $49.95.
Gee, I may have to look at the OCS store.
Taxes included. That's actually not bad.
Let's go to the OCS.
That's like $10 a seed.
Yeah, a lot of people sell autos for like 20.
Yeah.
OCS.
Purple Passion or Purple No. 1 seeds.
I've typed 52. In OCD.
Dutch Passion, Pineapple Express, Feminized Seeds, 5-pack.
Really? Oh, we may just
Wedding Cake Seeds. Magic Melon Seeds, which are an auto flower. And they've got they've got like Humboldt Seed Company and stuff here.
All right, well, let's...
What, at the OCS?
Acapulco Gold Feminized Seeds.
Wow.
From 34th Street Seed Company.
Can you pull up the... Here, I'm going to go to the website and then pull it up. What's my birthday?
Right, you pull it up. Mine was 1942.
1942?
Yeah. Pink Kush Feminized.
Imagine.
Critical Orange Punch.
All right. Seeds.
Garlic Chem.
Learn. Oh, look, they're even telling people how to do stuff. There's a whole
just do search into seeds, click it, and it'll open up all of their seeds. There's 68 different strains.
I might have to look at it. They're all out of stock, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, I know. It looks like they are. So let's take a look and see.
No, there's some here. There's some AK-47 garlic cookies, Pineapple Express, feminized. Ooh, yes. Select a size.
No, it's all kinds. AK-47's not out of stock.
No, it's not. I just got when I loaded the page, it said out of stock, and then clicked over to things. Okay, so selecting. I'm gonna have to seriously. Okay, so out of what you see, dude, you know my shtick. I mean, what do you see here on the OCS? Here, let's see what's going on. I can't believe we're looking at seeds on the fucking legal store site. That's fucking weird. Well, they're catching up, I'm sorry, but they're catching up.
Well, did you click on the AK-47?
Look, it's on the. Is it up on the page? Okay, hold on. There we go. Here's what we're looking at, people.
On my page.
No, I look at the screen now, dude.
No, I'm not looking at that. I clicked right on the.
No, that's fine.
AK-47.
I'm looking. So, what are you asking me to look at?
If you click right on the AK-47,
yes,
it'll open up its own little window.
Yes, including
and it
tax,
tells you what?
Including tax, will reach a height of 100 centimeters and can be harvested in 10 to 13 weeks from planting the seed without managing or having to manage a light schedule. Huh.
Yeah. See, basically, you turn your lights on 18 hours a day, and you let it go.
Okay, so let me ask you a question here. Since we're looking at this strain, what have I've got 4 different strains. So what do you do with lighting?
You got what?
If you have 4 different strains, you've got 4 different autoflowers going. How do you figure out lighting for that?
It's pretty easy. 18 hours a day.
Okay, so they're all 18 hours a day.
Yeah. With autoflowers, you can leave them on 24 hours a day if you want.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Just don't leave them in the dark.
Because the minute you leave them in the dark, they go to flower.
No, they don't grow.
They don't grow. Okay. So they have to be in light. All right.
Dark.
I get you.
They need light. So a photosensitive light strain, anything that's not an autoflower strain, that requires at least bare minimum 14 hours of light a day. Anything once it hits 12 hours a day, it'll start to flower. With these, it doesn't matter. You can have the lights on for 24 hours a day, but at a predetermined time, they're going to flower. You could have 4 different autoflower strains, but you could have 4 different autoflower strains all growing in the same room, but they'll finish at different times.
Okay.
Right?
That's what I was
Because some may
at.
take 10 weeks, some may take 14 weeks.
Okay. So I just want to show, if everybody watching, I'm sure can see this. Dale, can you see what I'm doing?
I can't.
Yep.
I'm not.
Okay, good. As long as one.
I can just see the one page.
All right. So
About this product.
yeah, I just want to go through this because I find it interesting that the government website that sells cannabis, that's in control of cannabis here in Canada, is starting to put little questions. They got a whole learning section here and everything. So they're telling you what a sativa dominant is, right? But they're not saying much about it. It's grown outdoor. Now, can you grow something like this outdoor, Marcel? Even though it says indoor.
Why not?
Okay.
No. Let me rephrase that. With autoflowers, it's a matter of are they getting enough light.
Okay.
Right? For outdoors to get their maximum potential out of them. With regular strains, some are suited more for indoors than they are for outdoors, and some are suited better for outdoors than they are for indoors. And some, it doesn't matter whether they're indoor or outdoor.
Okay, I'm looking
right,
so they're in stock online. Some Pineapple Express. Pineapple Express, is that something that's good for ADHD and pain and trying to stay calm and chilled but not couch locked?
It's Pineapple Express wouldn't be a couch lock.
It's a low THC. It's not high. It's 17 to 23%. So you're probably going to get in the middle of that, closer to 20, right?
Yeah.
1% CBD.
That's fairly high.
Is it?
All right. So,
like the stuff that I've been getting is like 10 to 13.
Right. And cannabis is awesome. The problem is everybody now is rushing to try and beat this magical 35 or 40% THC. Some will claim they've done it. some, swear that their strains are over 30%. Well, that has a lot of factors in it. One is, can you duplicate exactly how they were growing? And are you using the same lab they used for testing? Because if you can't achieve those two factors, then you're never going to achieve what they say they're getting out of their strains.
You're kind of on your own, but if you do it right, you can get there, right?
Right, but
this is also an autoflower.
As a medical patient, my problem is THC is not the end all be all.
Yeah.
There's other cannabinoids in there that do better for your health.
Yes, I tell people this all the time.
If you're trying to achieve a high THC strain, like over 30%, what cannabinoids are you giving up to achieve that number?
Ice cream cake. I didn't like that. That's the one that got funky.
That's ice cream. It's just ice cream crossed with wedding cake, I believe. Ice cream was a beautiful hash strain.
We'll get some of that. I think we'll add that to the bag. So far, I've got...
Do they have a limit on how many seeds you can get?
I don't know. I'm looking. I've got ice cream cake and the AK-47.
That's the other thing. Do you want sativa dominant, or do you want indica dominant, or do you want a balance of in between?
Well, I'm going for 3, and I'll get one of each. Like I'm going to get a hybrid. I got an sativa, and the ice cream cake is a indica, I believe, right?
Probably.
It doesn't say if it's an indica.
See ice cream cake here.
Ice cream, CBD, THC 1:1. Oh,
That's what they're calling ice cream cake?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you see the description?
Ice cream cake, CBD, THC 1:1. Yeah, no.
No?
No.
Okay. Scratch out the ice cream cake. We'll take that off the
and you don't want a high CBD, so scratch off the pure CBD raspberry cheesecake.
Pink Kush. Hybrid.
7. The magic melon.
It's my reading voice. What about the Pink Kush? It's FFVOG Pink Kush. THC auto seeds.
I'm not a Kush fan.
Yeah, neither am I. And here's another window. Here's another some more.
You want a no-door autoflower?
Yeah,
Here's one. Humboldt Seed Company. It's the magic melon seeds.
The magic melon. Will they grow inside as well?
Well, yeah.
All right.
But they're marked as no-door. Flowering time 55 days. Finish around 1st to 15th of October.
I don't even see them, buddy.
Oh, it's called Magic Melon Seeds Autoflower.
Yeah, this thing didn't. It changed. Okay, seeds. There we are. Magic Melon. Oh. So if you're wondering what the fuck we're doing, we're looking for seeds on the OCS website.
Al is.
Yes, I am. I can't get them here.
K47 garlic cookies.
So, okay, I how did I end up at Pineapple Express again?
I don't know, but that wouldn't be a bad one. Acapulco Gold.
Yeah, I already added the Pineapple Express, so yeah.
Yeah, sativa dominant. Image coming soon.
All right.
Acapulco Gold.
The magic melon. Yes, you think I should get some magic melon going?
That's up to you.
Let's see what it says here. It doesn't tell you what, it's 55 days. But it doesn't tell you what about the strain. You see, this is what I don't like. It doesn't tell you, give you any, just that it's pungent, funky fuel with dense trichomes and a hint of raspberry.
Who's the breeder?
Of which one?
Humboldt.
Of the one he's describing there.
Humboldt
Seed Company.
Oh, Humboldt. Do they have a list of regular breeders, or are they all unknown breeders?
34. Oh no, they've got. Hang on, let me just go back a second here.
All right, so on to the next strain. So that's two I've chosen. I've got the
34th Street Seed Company, CRG Pharma, Humboldt Seed Company, Dutch Passion.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the purple number ones are coming from.
Super Mango.
Most of them are coming from 34th Street.
Mendocino Cherry Pie. Ooh, I like cherry pie.
Ooh, Weathered Islands Craft Cannabis.
$29.95 for 5 seeds. It is an indica dominant. And
Which one?
It's Mendocino Cherry Pie, THC autos.
I never saw that one at all.
It's a greenhouse. Ooh. Okay. Yep. 5-pack, please. Thank you. Okay. Next. What else? So they have a nice selection here on the OCS. Acapulco Gold. The last time I had Acapulco Gold, I didn't really enjoy it,
No?
But, what the hell? I like it. I've been smoking.
I probably haven't had real Acapulco Gold since the 70s or 80s.
Do we know if it's real? That's the thing,
I grew Colombian here a few years back, and then I crossed it with Purple Kush.
Oh, right on.
So I'm gonna get the Acapulco instead of the AK. I did get the Pineapple Express, I think. I got 3 in here. I've got Acapulco Gold, the Mendocino Cherry, and the AK seeds. AK-47. I'm going to add the Pineapple Express as well. There's my 4.
Al's purchasing seeds off the legal market because Al wants to support the government.
And I can't get them anywhere else. Well, I can. Yes, I can. But I order
seeds from everywhere.
You know what? Hey, look, this is an experiment all the way around that we're doing here that we talk about. So let's put some time into the legal market here and see what happens, shall we? I will finish this off later and shut this off now because I'm not putting my credit card information while you're watching.
Oh. What's the last 3 numbers on the back of your card, Al?
BITEME.
Yeah, let's talk about something. Oh, I was hoping Darcy would show up a little. Oh. He wants me to come visit him this weekend.
Well, yeah, I was because we're talking seeds and that's his thing. I thought, it'd be nice if he was here. He's fucking guy is a rat, man, because he had to take a shit. Poor Darcy had to go poo.
I'm gonna message him.
Okay, so here's some information here that most Canadians don't know. Did you know that Colonel Sanders in the 1970s lived in Mississauga, Ontario? And in Toronto, this is where his first store was, in Toronto. That's why his first store was in Toronto, and why KFC is a Toronto and Canadian Ontario staple that you can't get up here. Can somebody send me some KFC, please?
So KFC has Canadian roots?
Yes, he lived here till he died. This is where he started the restaurant.
I didn't know that.
And
I figured that was an American thing.
His Harlan Sanders was his name, and he primarily bought his suits from the Walter Beauchamp tailors on Wellington Street West in Toronto. That's what those white suits that he bought. That's where he bought them. He lived in a house till he in 1980, where he died. He paid $22,000 for it. It was sold with 2 icon suits in the closet. Weird, eh? And KFC's like a worldwide company now, I guess, right? Like, I believe so.
Are you sure?
This is pretty. You know, the old Toronto series, dude. You're pretty thorough.
So KFC.
Okay, you Google it.
Was founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders, and I'll tell you why. I had to go on course to Louisville, Kentucky. And during the course, I was taken out to lunch at KFC in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. So most people would think, oh, big spenders, they took you to lunch at KFC. But KFC in Louisville, Kentucky is not like any KFC you ever fucking been in, because they test all of the menus there. But it was founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders, an entrepreneur who began selling fried chicken from his roadside restaurant in Corbin, Kentucky during the Great Depression.
Okay.
There was Harlan Sanders.
But okay, so when did he come? He came in the 70s. He came to Toronto, to Mississauga. That's what it says here.
Hang on. We'll find that out too.
In the 1970s, he lived in this house at 1337 Milton Drive in Mississauga, Ontario.
Nope.
That's what this says.
Nope. The Aurelia Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise, one of the earliest in Canada, started at Carter's Restaurant in downtown Aurelia in 1955.
But we're talking about Sanders, not that place.
That was Colonel Sanders. That's KFC.
Oh, okay.
Kentucky. That's the big thing. Kentucky was in Kentucky.
Yes.
Fried chicken.
Yes. I get that.
Right. So do you want to know what the secret is to Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Okay.
They brine it.
A what?
They brine the chicken.
They do salt brine. Huh?
So they use a salt brine. I do the same thing, but I use fish sauce. And I know it sounds weird, but fish sauce is an amazing thing to have in your fridge.
Yeah.
It smells like fucking rotten fish. Yeah. But when you marinate chicken or turkey, it's the juiciest, moistest chicken or turkey you're going to have.
No, thank you. I'll forego that pleasure.
Why? You can't. When it's cooked, you can't taste it. All it is instead of using a shit ton of brine, like to brine your chicken, you use fish sauce.
Yeah.
And actually use a lot less of it. It does the same thing. It brines your chicken, which basically tenderizes it and makes it juicier at the same time. So you can do it with a vinegar, but vinegar will start to cook the meat and break it down. So you use the salt brine.
Yeah, well, I know that. Yeah, like pickle stuff and does that as well, right?
Right. You could use pickle juice if you want.
That's, yeah.
Anything to get the salt into the meat of the chicken.
Yes.
But with fish sauce, as bad as it smells, as soon as it's cooked, there is no smell.
Is that made with capelin?
I don't know. I buy the squid brand, so it's made with
The
whatever is. Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I mean, hang on. You hang on. I'm going to look.
Oh, he's going to look. So we've gone from KFC to fish sauce.
No,
I'm just curious because
to my refrigerator. Ooh, is that THC? No.
In the news there a week or two ago, in Newfoundland there was a 20-year-old fish processing plant, and they have these big vats that are full of what they call fish sauce, and it was all like capelin. But it's toxic now, and they're trying to figure out how to get rid of it. I was just wondering if they use capelin to make that sauce.
No, anchovy extract. Yeah, anchovies.
Huh.
It smells, like I say, it smells terrible. Who's this? Oh no, this one is cock brand, cock sauce. They make cock brand.
What? This is a pretty dirty show.
No, cock brand makes a really good sweet Thai chili sauce.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
But on the bottle, because cock is their brand, that's predominant word, so we just call it cock sauce. And people think that's strange.
Yeah.
But, well, no. So, no,
You have to send me a picture of the label later. I'd like to get that. Try it.
Sure. You can get it at the grocery store, but get the big bottle, not the little. Like, if you go to Superstore, they've got these little bottles for like $5 or $6 of fish sauce. No, It's like a quart for $3.
I have a message. A message for Darcy.
For Darcy?
Yes.
Oh.
Get your fucking ass in here.
Okay. He's not even answering me.
Of course not, because he's having a shit.
That was hours ago. He's in rubbing one out in the shower. Too much info.
Okay, so I didn't tell you this. You know that electric cat litter thing I got for my cat?
No.
Well,
Does it scare your cat? You won't go near it?
No. I ordered a Christmas gift for Steven before Christmas, and it you plug it in and it senses when he gets out, and it spins around and dumps the kitty litter in a little pouch. Okay. The first one was delivered to somebody in Newfoundland. The second one, Quebec. I'm wondering where the third one will go.
Say that again.
I ordered something for Steven.
Yeah.
And they misdelivered it to somebody in Newfoundland and then sent me...
How did they do that?
I don't know. And then sent me another one, and it's now in Quebec.
Shit.
And because
what companies? Where's this, out of the States or something?
No, Japan. And because it's the Japanese New Year, nobody's responding to emails. So we're waiting. We've also lodged a complaint and an investigation with Canada Post. So, yep. That's where Steven's Christmas present is. Well, Hanukkah present, sorry. It's Darcy's fault. That's what it is. It's Darcy's fault. It's all Darcy's fault. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? 15 minutes into this thing. Okay, let's talk about Darcy all day long. Sarcy, where are you, buddy? Are you still messaging? Are you texting him now?
No, I'm texting his wife.
Oh, shit.
Darcy, where are you?
Oh, no. She messages me like almost every Friday and tells me there's no show tonight.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I started ignoring her. Sorry, but I have.
So today I ignored her.
Now I'm like,
hey, what happened?
Yeah. So then I ignored her for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours. And then I posted, just so you know, we're going to start doing 2 shows a week. She said, that doesn't matter to me. Yeah, well, then why do you want to keep them every Friday night? Hoarding them. When he has fans, or at least one. I want to talk to him about hockey.
What are you smoking, Dale? Dale's a faithful fan that sits in every week. He used to be Darcy's neighbor. That's why Darcy was here more often then, because Dale used to throw rocks at his window when he didn't show up.
Yeah. You need to move next door. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move down onto Queen Street.
Yeah, there you
go. I'd like to right about now. Jesus Christ, all the problems I'm having with the house.
Oh, really?
Still battling with insurance.
Did you ever get a chimney?
No, man. I'm still fighting that shit.
Oh, wow. Well, they're an insurance company, so they try and hold off paying for as long as they can.
Yep. It's Intact Insurance. If anybody's with or looking for insurance company, don't go with them.
No, I would say that would be the last.
Dude, you can't do that on the air. No, I'm kidding. I don't give a shit.
No, I'd do it too. I'd say the same thing. I'll tell you something else.
I got a story for you guys before we're done. Don't you?
No. Wait.
Go ahead.
Here's something that Intact doesn't let their customers know. If you're in it with Intact Insurance and you have coverage on your house and you have something go wrong in your house, such as a fire or anything like that, and the insurance is called in, if they go in and they look and they find you have a grow room or you're growing your 4 plants indoors, your insurance is null and void.
So, wait, okay.
Back
up and say that again, please.
What?
Back up and say that again, please.
If you're growing
yes.
in your residence,
yes.
your 4 plants
yes.
inside your residence,
yes.
and Intact Insurance is your company, and they find out, they will drop you.
Really?
If you have a claim and you call them in and they go in and they find that you're growing, it doesn't matter if that has anything to do with the claim or not, you're no longer covered under insurance.
Just Intact.
Yeah. Well, so far.
I'm not with Intact anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. And yeah. So even if you're licensed, even if you're licensed, they can still drop you.
Yeah, they don't care. It's legal in Canada, but nope.
Wow.
But I think they're a U.S. company.
Intact?
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I used to deal with them when I lived up in Mount Forest, and then they stopped covering, or the office that I was using, the broker that I was using stopped using them or whatever. I think I'm with TD now. So.
Well, let's do this. Who owns it?
Intact? Yeah, I don't know.
Snowing up there, Al, or what?
Oh, yeah. It was snowing all day. We got a lot of snow, and I'm glad I went out this morning to get my stuff, because by the time I got back, I couldn't even see, dude. You saw the video. I could not even see.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I could not even see the house across the street today. And that you know, it's kind of cool to watch. I mean, I just sit there and watch it. But, you know, the dog didn't even want to go out. And we came back. Do you want to go pee? She's like, no, going in.
I don't blame her.
They're hilarious. I let her out because I got a long lead that goes off the deck down into the backyard. She can go do her thing, right? And bark at people and stuff. But then she can come back up and go out the front of the deck as well and down by the car, which I don't like because then she poops by the car, and then when I go, you get there, what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah.
But she likes it. She runs back and forth, and she stands at the door and barks when she wants to come in. So, it's a different.
Any deer in the backyard yet?
It's a different bark. No, she's the only thing that's going on is the neighbor's dog comes and looks around, but they're on one of those electronic leashes, so they can't come in too far into the yard. But they stand there and bark at her, and she barks at them. So, barking, dogs. I guess we do that. Yeah. Hey, what's your name?
Yeah.
Ezekiel, what's your name?
Fuck you, Ezekiel.
I so want to do that somewhere. I wanted to do it at the farm, and I had Tara and everybody was there because they came up to the reservation for a concert, and they stayed over, and we had a big bonfire and everything. I said I didn't do it. I was going to do it in the morning, and I didn't do it. I should have, because they would have played along. You have to have the right people around to do that, right? Otherwise, It doesn't sound authentic. But that gets me. Every time I see one of those, I watch it, and it cracks me up. Yeah.
So, Al, are you going to enter in for the John Cook Cup now that you're growing?
If I get an autoflower,
sure, why not?
Let's wait this season and next season, maybe. Yeah, right? Because I'd like to. Yeah, it's. Is it a lot? You have to send a lot.
50 grams.
That's a lot, dude.
Oh, they want that much?
How much do you send for the Karma Cup? It's a lot.
Yeah, would you rather send to the Karma Cup?
Yeah, I'd never.
How much do they take?
I don't think I'd ever win
Quarter
the Karma
pound,
Cup.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's up there. Yep, it's up there.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, because she's got to break it up, and they break it up into like basically half dimes, right? Right.
No. Not even that big.
Huh? They usually give you a nice nug. I don't think they're weighed. I think they give you one nice nug of each or a couple of smaller nugs. And like I had the privilege. Sarah gave me.
It's got to be like 250 samples.
Yeah, there was a lot. I got one. Sarah gave me a judging pass and a kit and all that, and it was fucking awesome. And I think that when I was packing up my apartment, there was still stuff in the fridge, like creams and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot, though. I mean, I haven't gotten it again just because I wouldn't get through it. I had a hard time judging the whole frickin' thing, and I went and brought mine. I brought the whole kit to the lounge with me. People were helping, and I still had a hard time getting through the whole fucking thing.
I used to have
how many people submit?
Judging parties. I would have. There would be probably six or seven of us sitting around testing one day, maybe wait 5 or 6 hours and then test another one, type thing, over a period of a week. So no more than trying 2 strains a day.
Well, that's, I did that today. I tried one. I tried the Girl Scout cookie and rode that for a couple hours, and then tried something else, and then a couple hours later, like every couple hours, and then what I did was I ended up with a batch that was all mixed, and I smoked that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I really like that.
That's a salad.
Yeah, you know what? I've been puffing on roaches all week, and because I don't.
Here's a fun thing that you should do, Al.
What?
If you go out and you buy 5 or 6 different strains,
Mm-hmm.
just take them all, throw them into one bag, and shake them up.
I've done that.
Yeah,
I've done that. Sometimes I do that here. I'll take a couple of nugs of each one that I've got and grind them all up and put them into a pile, and that's my stash for the evening or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Get a mix of terpenes and cannabinoids.
Well, you know what? I mean, sometimes I'll get a strain that I don't like on its own, but I do like it when I mix it, and I've always done that. And sometimes you get a strain that after a while it just gets to you. You know, like the Girl Scout cookie is on its own. I'm like, whoa, getting a little panicky here. You know, yeah. I'm such a lightweight.
Sativa dominated it?
I dominated it. Yeah. She kicked me.
I'm watching a video from Al's front step.
After my window, yeah.
Oh, you weren't even brave enough to go outdoors.
No, I had just come in. I went to the post office. I couldn't even see. I was,
I don't see any tracks on the step there.
Giant like that. I don't go out that door. That's my front door. Nobody uses their front door here. We've all got front door with stairs and a little patio, but no pathway to the door. It's everywhere
really?
Here. It's fucked up. These are what they call Kimberly Clark. Most of the houses in town here are Kimberly Clark houses because Kimberly Clark opened their first mill here. It used to be in Terrace Bay here many, many moons ago, and they built this whole town. So there's a lot of houses that are the Kimberly Clark design that they designed for their employees. Most of the people that live in town have been here for years, are retired, or they're employees of the mill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So basically, your door looks like our house looked the other day.
Yeah.
But now it looks completely different because we just got hit with torrential wind and rain.
Yeah, it got worse after that video.
Of rain.
So
we lost all of our snow. Well, not all. We still got where it was.
Is it
plowed.
ice?
Well, we had lots of ice, but even most of that's gone. Now we've just got these solid chunks of ice for wherever the plows were.
Yeah, I couldn't get in I couldn't even get out again. Like I went out this morning, and like I said, I could hardly see. I was driving like this, kind of looking, everything was fogging up and everything. Came back, and then within an hour, I couldn't get out because the plow went by and put a big, 3-foot pile of snow in my driveway. So then I have to wait until my buddy's son-in-law comes and plows me out. And I haven't.
Or you could go out and do the heart attack inducing thing of
no, it ain't happening. In fact, I'm gonna buy one of those.
You, man.
I'm gonna buy one of those cordless shovels. It's just a little weed whacker, spins around, but it's a shovel.
Oh yeah, snow blower. It's a snow thrower.
Yeah. I'm going to get one because I'm having a hard time keeping up with the snow with the shovel because I don't want to have a fucking heart attack, quite frankly.
Yeah, we actually just had a guy with the last snowstorm that we had here the other day. He ended up having a heart attack, and now they have him in a medically induced coma in the hospital.
Yeah, that's what I don't want. So Mark can come and plow me out, and I'll get the kids to weed whack the fucking shit out of it for me.
His medically induced coma could also be the result of a couple of the neighbors who jumped in to help resuscitate him before the ambulance got there. So it may be that he's got a few broken ribs.
Ouch!
Which tends to happen a lot when somebody has a heart attack and everybody wants to jump in and help. It's great.
Okay, so listen. I want to go back to this magazine thing because there's some strains in here that I would want to know if they're really any good. You can tell. This is the reason I wish Darcy was here.
What page are you on?
90. Starts at 90.
90?
Yeah.
90.
Can you bring it up so that we can see?
Probably not.
Yeah, just share the window.
No, probably not.
Why?
because I'm looking at it first.
Okay, fine. You know what? I got it right here. I will share it.
Okay, you share it and I'll talk about it.
All right.
90. 90. Oh, hey, look at that. Can I zoom in?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, 90. Where are we going here? Page number...
I don't know, I'm looking at a map that shows the longitude or the latitudes of everyone.
90. Oh.
So we are pretty much halfway between the equator and the North Pole where we are.
Okay, this is what he's talking about here. Let me zoom in. Here. Zoom. Sorry.
Ooh.
I'm snorting a lot today.
Zoom too far, it looks crappy,
Okay,
but...
Hold on. Tell me when to stop.
I don't know. I'm not on your screen.
Oh, no.
I got much bigger screen.
Oh, wrong way. There we go. That's as big as it's going to get.
Yeah, so how well people can see that. Red line across the top is the 50th parallel, which means that if you live above there, it may be a lot harder for you to
grow. I can't even. You know what? I know it's hard to see, folks, but I can't even see it in the fucking magazine. So.
Yeah. But yeah.
I wish I could get rid of the.
Al, you're basically just below that edge. Now,
are you serious?
Yeah. So is Vancouver.
Wow. Oh yes, I see right there at the 50th parallel, north.
Right, but the difference is with Vancouver is they've got nothing but warmth coming off the Pacific. So their temperatures, well, until recently, with the polar vortex, their temperatures are normally higher than ours, even though us in Nova Scotia are south of what they are. But, I mean, we have fairly warm winter temperatures because of the Gulf Stream that we get. But when I lived in BC, I had roses blooming in January. And I didn't own a shovel because it only snowed twice in the 10 years that I was there.
There we go.
This year, they're getting a shit ton of snow.
Oh, great, Alan.
Anyways, let me reduce this down and see what this article is. Yeah. Seed selection, yada, yada, yada. So, actually, this isn't bad, this magazine, the way it's laid out. Because it shows you if you're on the 50th parallel and the 40th parallel of when your harvest time would be.
So, explain what that means, please.
Well, your 50th parallel, you're much further north than you are on the 40th.
Yeah, and that's where I came from.
Pardon?
That's where I came from. The 40th.
Around 46, 45.
So kind of in between the 40th and the 50th.
Yeah, just south of Chicago is the 40th.
So the reason
New York City's 40th.
The warmth up here is different than the warmth down there.
It's not just the warmth.
When I got here, summer was just happening, and it was August, like the end of July, August. Okay, and right. Summer was just happening in June. The flowers, the pictures, all the pictures the real estate agent took for me in June, April and June, had no flowers yet, but all the flowers were out when I got here.
Right.
Just.
Right.
Because it was cooler still than down. Yes. It was still cool up here.
Has nothing to do with that.
But it didn't go over. It didn't go over like maybe 23 here. The whole summer.
Look, it has nothing to do with temperature. It has to do with hours of sunlight during the day.
Well, that too, yes, but it's got something to do with temperature.
No, I mean your temperature is going to increase because you're getting more hours of sunlight during the day, Al.
Yeah, but it's shorter here. That is my point. It's shorter here.
What's shorter?
The light, the daytime is shorter here.
No, it's not. Well, compared to where?
There.
But as it gets longer in your place, it's getting shorter in their place.
Correct.
So if you look at how this is written, let's look at grapefruit haze. October 5th to 10th on the 40th parallel, because that is roughly their harvest time.
Okay.
But when you're on the 50th parallel, your harvest time, because the sun has moved further north, is October 30th. But the problem with that is October 30th, you're getting into cooler temperatures, so a strain like grapefruit haze would not work outdoors on the 50th parallel. Well, it would, but you're not going to have as much return, and you're going to have some probably pretty funky purple colors.
Okay, so yes. Now let me just turn the light so that I can see here. There we go. So we're back. We're on the strain page on the first one here, right? We're bonkers grapefruit haze you just mentioned, and it actually says here 40th and 50th parallel. It tells you that it's not recommended up here.
Right. Because you're too far north.
In this article, I like that. So, bonkers, for instance, is the other one that's here. It would be recommended for up here. Like I went out because of the greenhouse. I had a plant out there halfway, till Christmas, basically.
Yeah. Because you've got a greenhouse, and as long as the temperatures aren't getting too cold for it, I mean, it probably had some nice purple color to it. It's grown way past its prime date, so it's very high in CBN.
Probably, yes.
Probably put you right to sleep as soon as you smoke it.
Probably, yeah. That's what I'm using for hash.
Nighttime medicine.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm using for hash. I've still got some.
Yeah. But yeah, if you can grow the plant longer than its harvest date, but a lot of that THC is going to degrade to CBN. What other strains they got? 50th parallel. Avalon.
And then we'll go to the next page here.
I had Avalon years ago. I mean, it's nice.
I've never heard of it. Like I've never heard of any of the. Well, Time Warp, I've heard of, and that one would work up here, wouldn't it? But
Island Sweet Skunk, not recommended for Al. Grape God is, but here's the thing: if you're going to grow these in your greenhouse, cut them back enough that they can fit in your greenhouse, then you could probably finish things like Island Sweet Skunk and the grapefruit haze.
So what do you do? What do you do with the stuff you cut off when you're cutting them back?
What do you mean? What do I do?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question, buddy. You.
What, like the branches that I cut back?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what time of year.
Do you keep everything?
No.
What do you throw away?
Mostly fan leaves. Tons and tons and tons of fan leaves. I have a big compost pile just for leaves.
If they're longer than an inch, cut them off, basically, right?
Yeah, the stem of the leaf. Okay. Well, no, it's a matter of timing. I like, when I'm vegging outdoors, I like a lot of leaf because the more leaves, the better it's going to grow, right? As soon as it starts to flower, now I'll go in and I'll take off leaves just to make sure they're not in the way of other branches that are growing out. Because, I mean, I get leaves that are the size of my body across.
I just want to say, just make a quick comment. Darcy, you suck.
Darcy's full of shit. But, so I'll take off some of the really big leaves during the veg stage. As soon as it starts to flower, that's when I start removing big fan leaves. And the reason being is I want more plant energy being concentrated into flower. Plus, I don't want flowers being blocked out of wind and light because of these big leaves. So fan leaves have nothing on it. Most leaves, even when during the flowering stage, if the stem comes out as a fan leaf, which means, the stem is 1.5 inches to 3 inches long, and then the leaf starts, there's going to be very little to no crystal on that. Why bother keeping it?
Yeah.
Right? So, I know people that collect all the fan leaves and
I wish
they're
I could
trim.
make this bigger so I can see it, but I can't.
Mix it together.
Yeah.
And then turn around and make concentrate from that. The problem is it's not worth the amount of solvent. And if you're making hash with it, it's not worth the amount of time because you can only fit so much hash into a bag. And if 90% of it is fan leaves that have no medicinal value other than taking up space, then you're wasting your time.
Makes sense.
Right? So if you're growing a lot and you know a farmer, give them to him for his pigs because it's just fan leaves. Right?
Can you mulch them?
Give them to your cows if you have cows.
Can you put them in your mulch for your flower beds next year or whatever?
You can make your own compost pile, or you can throw them on your lawn because within 2 to 3 days they're gone.
Well, you know what? That's what I did last year. I just picked them off and left them on my lawn.
Yeah. Well, they break down so fast.
But they dry down. But then when I mowed the lawn, it just mulches it, right? So
yeah. It's a source of nitrogen and potassium and everything else for your lawn.
This year, because I might put a couple outside the greenhouse, but primarily everything's going to be in the greenhouse, and so I'll just when I pluck them, I'll just throw them out on the grass.
But here's the thing that we don't suggest.
What?
Don't let them fall off at the base of your plant.
Yes, exactly. I was just going to say that.
So if you have your plants there and you've got all these dead yellow leaves and brown hanging leaves
they start to
on
mold.
the inside of your plant, they start to mold.
Yeah.
So if you get any of those leaves that are inside your plant, they're just the old leaves. Make sure you pick them out of there.
I don't even want them in the greenhouse, so I'll take them. I gather them up every now and then and toss them out the door.
Right. Now, when you're going to take leaves off the plant, ideally use snips. Something like scissors that you can snip them off with, and you want to snip it off
as close as you can get
possible to the stalk.
Just snap them off.
The problem with snapping them is if you don't do it right,
you get strings. Yeah, and that harms the plant.
Right. So this is why we don't tell people to snap. I snap because I've been doing it for fucking 40 years. But even some strains, I'll use snippers and snip them off. If you break the stalk off and you're leaving 1 inch or so, that's going to mold, right? Because it's going to rot off. It doesn't have the rest of the leaf there. So this is why you want to take it off as close to the stalk as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I'm hoping next week, while you're looking at your magazine, that I'm going to be downstairs. We're going to start working on it this week. Going to paint the floor and then wrap it.
Paint the floor.
Why?
What color?
Oh, it's the gray sealy stuff there for basements.
Oh,
right. And then we're going to wrap it. Right. I'm doing that to seal the wood on the basement or on the floor because the floor. If I don't have enough, the floor is what's going to be left. Right? Once I do the walls and the ceiling, if I don't have enough for the floors, I don't have to worry about it if it's painted. And I can get.
Your room is how tall?
I don't know.
8 foot?
No. I'll measure it, and you'll see. We'll go to. Oh, look! Here he comes. Hello.
Head to stream.
There you go. Look there. Yeah,
Mr.
nice poop
Pittman.
there, buddy.
Hello.
Was it a good poop?
Oh man, I don't feel good.
Are you full of shit or what?
Oh man, it wasn't a good one. I'll tell you that.
Well, he's only an hour and 40 minutes late. He's going to have to go back and listen to all the nasty shit that was said about him earlier. So
it's okay. That's all right.
Self-inflicted.
In other words, he was our one listener. So
he was our one listener. No, actually,
guess what? He wasn't even listening.
No, I wasn't because I had to charge my phone.
What the hell were you doing talking to me?
I was using the tablet.
Oh.
Carla's tablet. But yeah, so.
Yeah, right. You were fucking watching your show, finishing up that episode.
No, actually,
did you guys watch the 90s show?
I finished it yesterday.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing too, and I was a little, it didn't leave me wanting more, but I understand why it's so big. I never saw the 70s show. I enjoyed it.
You got to watch the 70s show.
Yeah.
Actually, you can't find the 70s show anymore.
Sure you can. It's
Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Pretty sure.
Does Netflix still have it?
Yeah.
Yes, then Netflix has it.
Yeah. I started watching it, and it just didn't. I went on to something else.
I don't know. I liked it.
What I've been enjoying is Night Court.
I liked it because that was me. That I grew up in the 70s, right?
Yeah, I get that.
That's what we were doing.
Yeah, I get that. That was me as well.
Basements.
Yep.
And
we had a basement. It was our makeout room. And,
we had.
I had lights set up to the stereo that blinked. We went out and grabbed a whole bunch of those caution signs that used to blink. You know the ones I mean, Marcel?
Yeah.
And we wired them into the stereo, and with using the batteries and stuff, and it would blink at different. You turn it up, you get more bass. It blinks brighter. You get what I mean, right? And
me and my buddy used to do parties like that.
Yeah.
And
I bought a whole bunch of blinker things, for the. Oh, I could have burnt down the house so bad, but yeah, no, we had that room too, but it just didn't. I've been enjoying Night Heat better, or Night Court, not Night Heat.
We had our cool friends that they would have their own place.
Yep.
So it would be always done up. I had one of the teachers was a customer, and he was really cool because he had lived by himself, and in his apartment on the ceiling he had a fishnet that covered the entire ceiling, and then on the fishnet he had all these.
We had sheets.
Christmas balls.
We had sheets.
He had
Christmas.
He had a fishnet on his ceiling.
Yeah.
And then he had Christmas balls hanging.
Yeah.
And I was really high there one day, and I was looking up, and I said, "The fuck is that?" He said, "That's the constellations." He said, "I change them as they change." So that's what this guy does. He's right into astronomy, and as the stars move around, he moves these Christmas balls around his ceiling.
I had an apartment, okay, and the reason I took the apartment, because it wasn't a very good apartment. It was more of a hallway in the basement. The reason I took it was because inside the bedroom area, the ceiling, when you turned off the light, they had done for their kid, the previous owner, did a stars on the ceiling, glow in the dark, and little moons and all that stuff. So when you shut it off, there was a constellation up there. It was kind of trippy. I enjoyed that. That was
we got high one day and painted my buddy's bedroom. And we had all kinds of cool stuff painted on, but we painted his room in such a way with like Alice Cooper on the wall hanging from off a noose, right? Or a gallows. This was all drawn and painted on his wall, but when you turned out the light, he had a black light. It was completely different image. Everything was completely different. And his mother was so pissed because we used all of her art supplies.
I used my mom's high thread sheets to build my room in the basement, and we burned them and we ripped them, and she was not pleased at all. To the point where she built a room down in the basement for me when we moved up to Moore Park. Yeah.
I was a smart teenager because I never did any of this shit in my own house.
Well, you know what? I
never even let people into my own house.
My mom was of the mind. Like, I mean, we're talking Toronto, in Yorkville, in the 60s and 70s, and my mom said, "Look, I know you're going to experiment. I know you're going to want to try things. Do them at home, please." So she gave us a place to do that. Right?
Yeah, my parents weren't that cool.
Well, you know, I mean, the coolness stopped when she, and I was just thinking about this the other day, was when we started, you know, adding water to her vodka. That's when the coolness stopped.
Adding water to her vodka.
Yeah.
This shit tastes like water.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are no longer tolerable. I can't put up with you. Get out.
Yeah. Almost. She wasn't quite there yet, but got close.
Yeah.
So, Al, I seen earlier there you posted a thing about seeds and strains.
Oh, we've already done it. We finished that.
We finished that conversation a while ago. But thanks
for
coming.
Okay, then. Well, I want to put my 2 cents to it.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I've actually, you know what we did, Darcy? What we did was we went onto the OCS store and found out that they have some actually good strain, you know, some nice strains on there. So I've got 4 of them, I think, listed there, and I'm going to buy them, and we're going to try and see if OCS seeds are any fucking good.
Was one of them Time Warp?
No.
It is on there. No, I can tell you, I've got them right here. I have put down Pineapple Express, Acapulco Goat, Mendocino Cherry Pie, and AK-47.
Okay.
So that's and that
wait,
is.
Now, are those all autoflowers?
They are all autoflowers. No, wait. Hold on. Feminized.
That's not an autoflower.
I know. The AK-47 is an auto.
That's the only autoflower.
Okay, so
in your list.
All right.
So you can't start all 4 of those at the same time and expect them to finish.
Okay, so I'll just start with the AKs and the other autos that I have.
Right.
I'm gonna send you some seeds.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. You should send them some nutrients too.
Yes, you should. Yeah. I'm gonna need them, please. Thank you.
It's gonna be they're gonna be Texada Time Warp.
Okay.
Oh.
So you've seen how you have Time Warp there. Well, I got Texada Time Warp. It is a really, really, really good strain. It'll grow you big fat buds. Your plants will get anywhere from 6
indoor and outdoor, or just what?
Outdoor. I never ever grew them indoor.
Okay.
It's an outdoor strain. It's from Texada Island out in Vancouver.
These aren't autoflowers, though.
No, but these will be done around the 15th of September.
Okay. On the 50th parallel? First
40th.
week of October.
The 40th.
Yeah. So, because that's what we're just talking about here. We spent.
But I'm in Nova Scotia too. I'm in Nova Scotia too, Al. So I have a different climate. But for me, it's usually around the 15th to 20th of September.
So for him, it's going to be mid-October. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's perfectly acceptable.
Even if I put them out in April?
If you cut them back enough to fit in there. What?
Even if I put them out in April?
Doesn't matter when you put them out.
Okay.
Now.
All right.
Well, you could.
Their photos. You can put them out, but your whole greenhouse will be filled with one plant.
I get you. Okay.
Right.
But you could also light up your greenhouse too.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen how effective Panda Plastic is. You could buy another roll of Panda Plastic, seam them together, and make your own light deprivation with your
I have
greenhouse.
not seen anything from the Panda Plastic, which we're going to talk about in a minute.
Well, you know one side is black.
Yes.
Right? So all you do is you put the black side facing towards your glass in your greenhouse. There's no light in your greenhouse.
Yep, I get that.
Right? So that's the whole light deprivation thing. And you could make that out of Panda Plastic.
Okay.
You could
but
use
I don't really
plastic,
need to, so I can wait a little longer and just take it out.
Right. But with the Panda Plastic, the reason you put it the white side out is you don't want to increase the fucking temperature in that greenhouse by having it covered in black plastic.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, when your greenhouse is 190 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sweat
I was more worried about the 100% humidity.
Well, that too. I mean, you still have your fans, and ideally for light deprivation, it just means that you could still keep the bottom open to allow airflow in if his greenhouse allows that. But if he's only got openings at the top for louvers,
I have 2 windows on the top on the roof, and they're both
those are the louvers. Yeah,
but I'm going to put the things that open and close when it gets for humidity. It's the auto open and close things. They're they're not that expensive, and I can swap out what's there. There's nothing holding it there, and I can just screw it right to the frame and all that. And then it'll open and close
they're
when
usually
it gets.
Made for
What's that?
They usually make the greenhouse for that purpose. So you can actually buy the automated louvers from the greenhouse company.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great, but when you're covering it in Panda Plastic for light deprivation, it doesn't work.
But I'm not planning on doing that, really.
Right. So your Texada Time Warp, beautiful strain to grow there, but don't start it in April.
Okay. I hear you.
Only because one plant would fill your entire greenhouse.
I usually start my seeds out of that usually the last week of May.
So could I put a quickie plant?
So you're at a higher altitude, so you could actually go to the middle of June before you start your seeds.
Oh, okay.
Right?
They're big plants. They'll grow fast.
You finish late. You finish later than we do.
Yes.
But our peak sunrise or our peak hours of sun happen before you do.
Yeah.
Right? So it takes a while to get there.
That's one thing I noticed. Okay, when it was just like laggy gag. It's like, oh, come on, but once they started, boom.
Right. Because they're getting 15, 16, 17 hours of sunlight a day. Growing in the north is great if you have a greenhouse to do it in. Right? Because the problem with growing in the north is the temperature. Even though you're getting this abundance of light, more light than we would get, you're getting much cooler temperatures much earlier than we do.
Well, that's what I was getting at earlier. We get colder earlier in the evening, right? And there's no 29-degree weather up here. Oh God, I can't sleep. Oh, it's so fucking hot. It didn't go above 23 when I was here.
So you, with your greenhouse, you're the ideal situation where you want to hit double digits at nighttime.
It was warmer in the greenhouse on some days than it was outside.
Which it would be.
That is normal.
Okay.
So even here, it would be warmer in the greenhouse than it would be outdoors.
Okay. Well,
especially if you've got plants growing, because plants give off heat as well, right? So it's always going to be warmer inside your greenhouse than it is outdoors. Unless you've got all the sides off your greenhouse. then it's just a shelter. It's hay barn.
Hey, Vern.
No, hay barn.
I know.
That actually would be a good strain for him to finish up there.
No, I know. That's why I was thinking. I mean, I know it always did good down here. It's
Well,
like no minimal to no mold, as they say. It's mold resistant. I've had. I mean, you get a week of rain, and of course, anybody's going to mold.
So send them along. You got my address.
I have your. I think I already have your address here somewhere, Al.
Should be on the messenger.
Oh, jeez! Don't make me search there.
Well, I'll send it to you again. It's easier.
There you go. Then,
right.
then it's updated.
All right.
Just search Terrace Bay on Messenger.
Terrace Bay on Messenger, yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you search Terrace Bay, how often did we type out Terrace Bay in Messenger?
True enough.
There's 1,700 people here. So now when I come into town, I'm like 1,701.
1,700 people in the town. Yeah. Wow. I just found out we have 40 cops in our town.
40 cops.
I keep seeing the town. I keep seeing the town OPP guy sitting at the cafe in town. He happens to be in there when I'm getting bagels.
I mean, at one time you drive around town, you'd always see the same cops.
Yes.
Now we've got 40 cops.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Every time you look, it's somebody different.
It was like that in Mount Forest as well. It was like that in Mount Forest.
Yeah, but we also have
the new recruits.
We're blessed with an RCMP detachment as well. So right outside of town limits is an RCMP detachment, and I don't know how many they have.
There's RCMP up here pretty close, although because I'm on the highway.
RCMP, you have OPP up there?
Oh, yeah, because I'm on the highway, right? Like because we're right on the highway. RCMP would be outside of town. OPP is only on the highway, on a highway.
Who's in town? Who does your policing in town?
OPP. Because we're on the highway.
So here's how it works, because I'm sure a lot of people don't understand this. Your municipality, whether it's a town, a village, or even a county,
they contract to the OPP.
Contract out for police.
Yes, so they contract to the
could
OPP.
Be the RCMP, right? But it could be the RCMP or it could be OPP.
But because it's on the in my case, because we're on the highway, and that's what the OPP does, the highway, it's OPP. If we were off the highway in the bush, it would be RCMP.
Right. So Nova Scotia doesn't have a provincial police.
Oh.
We only get whatever police. So the town of Truro has their own police force. Town of Amherst has their own. They have their own. New Glasgow, Halifax. Right?
They're talking about getting a municipal police force here instead of it'll still be contracted to the OPP, but it'll be a municipal force here. But I don't think that will happen. It's not really
after
you see the cops maybe once a week.
But after the shooting that we had here in Nova Scotia that nobody really wants to talk about, because I mean the RCMP kind of really fucked things up during that whole fiasco. The residents in that area want to get rid of the RCMP, but they have no other options because we don't have a provincial police force that could step in or anything as such. So, I mean, the town of Truro is close, but they're nowhere as ideal to be out in that area. Yes. So the residents out there are really, pissed, to put it plainly.
They're in a little funk.
Well, I mean, they don't trust the police force to have their best interests because of what happened, but they have no alternative but to keep using that police force.
I get that.
So they kind of got stuck between a rock and a hard place. Mm-hmm. Do you know you have a timer above your head?
I do.
On the screen?
You know, you have a timer above your
A
head.
live timer, yeah.
And I thought Marcel, it was all it was like the county that wants to get rid of the RCMP.
Yeah, the county does, but the county can't because they have nobody else that can step in to do it unless the county wants to fund their own police force.
There you go. So otherwise, they
Which
have to use the government.
They can do.
Force.
In this province, or they contract to somebody like Truro, and Truro puts satellite stations out, and they do the policing.
My puppy came to say hi.
Oh. My puppy's probably out sleeping on a sofa because she actually has her own sofa, but she gets pissed when the girls come to visit because that's where they sit.
I think she wants to go for a walk.
You should take her for a walk.
Well, she has
in
to go
20
in 20 minutes.
But take her for a walk in 25 minutes.
In 25 minutes.
Because the show's over in 20 minutes. Why won't you say walk out loud? You're afraid to say walk out loud?
W-A-K-L-A-A. How do you spell it?
Yeah, and then you get a dog like mine that learns how to spell.
Oh no,
she spell around the damn
knows
thing.
Exactly what I'm saying.
You ought to see it.
She has
It'll
an
be funny
internal
because
clock. They both do, and between now and 9:30, they bug me. They want to be fed. They want to go out for a walk, or well, she does.
This is hilarious to do, but if you have a dog, all you have to do is sit there, pick up your phone, hold it up to your ear, and have a conversation with nobody, but put all the dog's favorite words in there.
You know what? It doesn't work with her. Doesn't work.
Talk,
I've tried
walk.
it. I've tried.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, my dog did the ears
the
perk up
barking
and
thing.
she's
You know, the whole bark
excited.
at your dog. You look at your dog and you go, "Row!" And they freak out, and it's like, no, it doesn't happen. See, she's just
I
sitting
did. I did that to mine. I barked in her face and she licked me.
Exactly.
Barked in her face and she licked me.
I know, baby. You'll have to wait. You got 15 minutes. I'm sorry.
The problem is, barking at your dog is the same as meowing at your cat. You have no idea what you're fucking saying to them.
True enough.
Right? Yeah. So you could be going meow, 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 and your asshole is all the cat hears.
You know,
right?
This is true.
My friend's daughter has trained her cat and her dog, from kitten and puppy, to use the buttons. The buttons
those are cool.
They put them on the floor, and when they want something, they walk up. But most of the kits have bitch, and that's the one that the cat usually goes to.
Well, because they understand it.
Bitch, bitch, bitch. Yeah.
Give me my food.
Yep. Oh, shut up, Steven. You going to start now?
So did you ever figure out what was going on with Steve and Al?
Yes, he had stones like you.
Oh, good. Hey, at least he got his out quicker than me.
And
did he?
He had it was this started just before Christmas, and he finished his antibiotics last week.
Okay.
And he's running around like a crazy guy, driving me fucking nuts. He's back to shut the fuck up, Steven.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's all right. He's good now. But I've had to change his food, and now he's on a special. I can't remember. It's Royal Canine for urinary issues, right?
Hey, I come to a conclusion. I'm gonna buy a bag of Pretty Litter and use it for myself. Then I'll know when I'm getting stoned.
There you go. Yeah, that's you. You were waiting to tell that joke, weren't you?
I was, actually.
Did you think about that on the toilet?
No, I just thought about it now. But it kind of makes sense. I wonder if it would work for people.
I wouldn't see why not. Hey, you're purple. You've got diabetes. Sorry.
You got diabetes. The funny thing is... Well,
okay, so I go to my doctor's office. This is, a while ago, obviously. I go to my doctor's office, And I'm sitting there. Now, I've been seeing this doctor for almost 40 years, okay? And I'm sitting there, and he's on the phone trying to talk to tech support for his meter that he's got right there, a big desktop meter for the doctors, okay? And he's blah, blah, blah. And the tech guy goes, have you got something you can use for a sample? He says, yes, I got a patient. I'm going to try him right now. So he tries me, and he puts it in, and then he waits. Doesn't even or just, yep, you've got diabetes. It's like, huh?
Yeah, you got diabetes.
It's like, you didn't tell me that's what you were checking for?
Yeah, really, though. No, these fucking things, they're not good. I hate stones, but they're trying to figure out what makes them grow so fast.
Well, I was going to ask you, why are they growing? Is it food that you're eating? Is it cannabis? Is it,
No, it ain't cannabis.
Have they questioned that? Have they questioned that it might be cannabis that's causing it? Have they asked about it?
Actually, if you want my crazy fucking conspiracy theory, I think it's from my COVID shot, because I never had I had stones once in 10 years.
Is that a drug that you were on?
All of a sudden, I got my COVID shots, and then I had them twice within 7 months. I'm just saying, I could be just fucking loopy and whack, and it could be all diet, but I'm not. I never changed my diet much from over the 10 years, and I mean, I never got stones then.
Meds that you're on, though?
I'm only on cannabis.
So, no.
That's a rough medicine to be on.
Yeah, sorry. I eat probiotics and a cranberry pill.
Hey, speaking of probiotics, kombucha.
Mm-hmm.
Can you medicate that with cannabis?
Fuck off.
Why?
It's water and mold.
I understand, and I like it. It's good. It's good for your.
Can you medicate water?
Okay.
Well, you can, but you ain't got a nano emulsifier or something, isn't it called, Marcel?
Yep.
Yeah, a nano emulsifier, which is like what?
I can get you one for $50,000. You can do a liter at a time.
No, thank you.
Yeah, then you ain't gonna do your kombucha.
Okay. But I've tried it because Dr. Ira Price, when I went to do his podcast every week, he always gave us a glass full of that, and it really helped.
Oh, isn't that nice of him?
Yeah.
Here, have some mold.
I tried different.
Eat kimchi. It's just the same thing.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Or actually,
Spicy.
sauerkraut is better for you.
Well, kimchi and sauerkraut are very similar. It's just kimchi is very spicy. It's still a cabbage, and it's still
that rotten flavor away from that fucking old sauerkraut. Ugh.
I don't like sauerkraut.
Well, yeah, throw some fish flavor in and a lot of spices.
Oh, by the way, my kid went out and actually bought a bottle.
2, 1.
It's good.
You said the key word again.
Yeah, sorry. Your kid went out and bought some fish sauce?
No, the Maggie seasoning.
Oh, yeah, it's good seasoning.
That stuff that says just a few drops and
Maggie's. Yeah, I've had Maggie's before. My friend used to put it in her rice and stuff.
Right. Well, if you make fried rice at home, it never tastes the same as what you have in a Chinese restaurant. And the reason being is Chinese restaurants all use Maggie in the rice.
Yes.
And it gives it that umami flavor that.
And that's oyster, right? I believe it's oyster. What? Maggie's. It's oyster. Basically oyster.
No, it's actually Maggie's really cool. And everybody thinks that Maggie's Chinese, but it wasn't. It was developed in Switzerland. A Swiss guy did it, and it's wheat. So if you've got an aversion to gluten, then you probably can't use Maggie seasoning. It also has MSG, which has controversy, a lot of it unfounded controversy.
And it'll make you hungry within a half an hour.
Mm-mm. That's part of the controversy with MSG. The other one is that it can cause paralysis and everything else.
No MSG.
What?
No MSG.
But what MSG does is it enhances flavor.
Yes.
Right? So it doesn't matter what you're cooking with. If you add MSG, it's going to bring the natural flavors out to the front so that you can taste the natural flavors better.
And most places don't use it anymore.
No, because of this whole controversy and aversion and argument that's been going on for years. Is MSG bad for you? Nobody can say definitively yes or no, right? Because some scholars say yes, some scholars say no. I don't care. There's MSG in Maggi. I use Maggi in seasonings for my own food at home. I don't give a crap, right? Because trust me, you're putting way worse things in that than MSG into your body every day.
Yeah, you're breathing it outdoors.
That's right.
So we don't run out of time. Let's pack it in. Thanks for popping in, Darcy.
Okay, no, let's talk because we got a few minutes here.
Okay.
Actually, I want to say one thing real quick.
Okay.
No.
I want you to think about something.
Oh, now you want to talk, eh, Darcy? I get it.
No. Think about this. 2024. Mammoths are going to be back on the planet.
Mammoth.
The woolly mammoth is going to be back on the planet in 2024.
Have they created some from DNA?
They're doing it now in Siberia.
Oh, cool. Jurassic Park, look at it.
Pretty much, this is exactly what it is. It's Jurassic Park. They're bringing back 2 species they're starting with. One was the woolly mammoth, and the other one was the Tasmanian tiger.
And they're crossing
Tasmanian or Tasmanian tiger?
Yes, the Tasmanian tiger, the one that supposedly went extinct in 1921, I think, or 24, something like that.
So where did they get viable DNA?
They had viable DNA from the species that they had right until the last one died. But they supposedly have the closest descendant to it is a little marsupial cat looking thing, and they're going to use that DNA and splice it with the other DNA. And
like they are using elephants.
And they're not going to be making a Tasmanian tiger. They're going to make a hybrid of a Tasmanian tiger.
Well, it's the same thing. They're going to use an elephant as the starting point for the. They've got mammoth DNA. They're going to use
the elephant,
an elephant, because that's the closest ancestor, right?
You know what? I remember the sheep. I think they should all just fuck off and stop the cloning crap.
I just watched a movie with Lance Henriksen or whatever. You know, he was in all of the Alien movies. He was the android. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So this is his newest movie on Netflix. It was either on Netflix or Prime. I can't remember, but it was really good. It was an alien wannabe movie, but it was done differently. It was aboard a boat, and it was just done differently. I really enjoyed it. I watched it the other day. I also watched Shotgun Wedding, J-Lo's new movie.
I didn't.
Oh no, it was really good, dude. It was really funny. Yeah. She's very funny, and there was a little bit of action in it, and it was. I like chick flicks. Fuck off.
What was playing? I'm not a big chick flick
Netflix
fan, so is it on Netflix?
Oh, but dude, J-Lo. Oh my God! At the beginning of the movie, just
Looks good for 55, doesn't it, Al?
Is that how
she's only 55?
She's not 55. Mm-hmm. She's younger than 55. She's maybe 50.
No, I think she's 55.
I thought she was older than 55.
Google it.
I am, actually.
J-Lo.
How old is J-Lo?
J-Lo.
53, actually.
53. Yeah, but yes, very good. Yeah, and Jennifer Coolidge is in it as well.
Sorry, J-Lo, for thinking that you were older.
Jennifer Coolidge is in it as well. She plays her fiance's mother, and she is fucking hilarious. Cheech Marin is in it, and a few other people that I don't know.
And it's a movie.
It's a movie. It's J-Lo's one of the J-Lo's Netflix movies.
For some reason, I have a hard time committing myself 2 hours to watch a movie, but I'll put a series on with 1 hour episodes and let it run.
And watch it all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Retard thing.
But I watched it this morning.
Series has cliffhangers to keep you entertained.
Yeah, I watched it this morning. It was very well done.
All right, we only got a couple seconds left here. So let's do this quick. I want to talk about Maritimers Unite for Medical Marijuana
All right, go ahead.
and the Harvest Fest. Because the last Harvest Fest
got rained out.
Well, it wasn't that it was rained out. We had very short notice to pull it off, to get everything going, which meant we didn't have a John Cook Memorial Cup.
Okay, so you're going to have one this year.
But this year we'll be having the John Cook Memorial Cup. So if you're a grower or a processor of
and you
cannabis
want to submit
products,
stuff.
and you want to submit for your claim to fame, bring it on. I don't know if I'll enter in edibles or not. Only because I don't want more trophies. But I don't like losing either. So
how do people, come on, we're running out of time. How do people submit stuff if they want to? Where do they get the information?
We're going to start supplying all of that information in the very near future.
Okay.
But for growers, you look at 5 grams of concentrate or 50 grams of flour, or 50 edibles, I think, is what you've got to look at preparing for samples to send in, which would have to be in by probably mid-May.
How do you become a judge? I think we should do that this year. Can you judge stuff beforehand?
What do you mean beforehand?
Is it?
So once the samples are in,
then
the samples are all distributed out in the judging kits.
That's what I'm getting
You would get your judging kit. Kind of hard for you in Ontario because I don't know if we're going to mail kits out. But once you get your judging kit, you fill everything out, or you test everything, fill out your little sheet, send it back. We announce the winners at Harvest Fest.
Okay.
All right. So, but we've had guys from Quebec win. We had some people place second in edibles from Ontario. But it wasn't my fault she was going up against ice cream. So.
All right. So now we have to go.
Yeah. So we'll have more information on Harvest Fest and
hopefully Deb.
Cup.
Hopefully
and
Deb.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring Deb on and.
Well, her internet didn't work out so well last time she was here, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Love and hippie, all that other fun stuff.
Darcy, anything?
No.
Right.
I just see everybody next week, I guess.
Yep.
Don't hang up right away, Darcy.
I won't, Marcel.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Night, Dale.
Night.
Have a good weekend, guys.
What is CBG TV? It's a group of like-minded broadcasters coming together for a purpose. That's to help educate people on the benefits of cannabis and its lifestyle.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.